Hello and welcome to the Joy Corner. I'm Carol DeChaine, your intuitive spiritual guide for practical matters. And lately, the Joy Corner, and will be for a while unless I hear to the contrary, I'm going to be doing a bunch of little mini lessons, hopefully under 10 minutes, to give you something to look into, to decide, and help you kind of shift your life a little bit as you like. Now, the first, this time, it's all about letting go of what doesn't work for you. So, how do you do that? And what does that mean? And so what's not working? Your job, maybe. There's certain parts of your job. Maybe you don't like the commute. Maybe you'd like to work from home, but you can't. Maybe what's not working for you is your relationship with your spouse or with your parents or the in-laws or so what is not working for you? So you can't let go of it until you know for sure. And most of the time we all kind of know what the squeaky wheel is. The thing that bugs us, the thing that kind of pushes us and rubs us the wrong way. So, what are those things that don't work for you? Look into your life and figure those things out. And maybe there's multiple things, and maybe there's just one because you're lucky. There's just one thing that doesn't work for you. So, if you look at it, and for example, we'll say, okay, I hate my job. It doesn't work for me. It's not something that's doing well. So, what do I do? How how do I let go of this thing? Well, figure out exactly what isn't working. Is it your, let's say, the commute? Is it the money? Is it the your coworkers? Maybe they're awful. Is it your boss? And what is it? Is it maybe you're not getting the appreciation that you think you should get, or the where people say, oh, this is what this person does, and you're maybe you don't even know what you do because it's so convoluted, or you're doing like five different jobs because every time they fire somebody, you end up taking their job on too. I've been there. So if you look at what's not working for you, how can you adjust it? How can you let go of that? And sometimes people think I can't because it's just my job. And like I said, I'm just going to focus on that right now, but you can apply this to your a relationship. You can apply it to anywhere. How do you let go of it? Well, the first thing to do is to make sure you know what you want to let go of. And then sometimes it's really good to meditate or pray on it because you can then kind of release or do an I am affirmation, and I have plenty of them out there, where you say, I'm releasing this person from my world. I'm releasing how I feel about them, letting them go with God, letting them go to their highest good, or however you want to do it, so that then you feel like you're in a better place. You are more focused, more grounded, more whatever word you want to use, so that you don't feel like you're stuck in this particular position. That's one way to go about it. Also, you can go ahead and look at the thing and say, okay, I need to work remotely. The commute's killing me. I can't do it. You could go in and say, hey, is there any way I can work remotely unless you have to be on site 1 or 2 days a week? How do you feel about that? I mean, ask your boss. Maybe they'd be great with it. Maybe they wouldn't. It depends on the kind of work you do and whether the company, nowadays, the companies are much more lenient and they're much more flexible than they used to be. So if it's about money, look around and see what other kinds of, the position you have and what kind of money they usually make. What are people offering for it? You can talk to headhunters and say, hey, what's going on? Do people, because there's still some actual people out there that do headhunting, not just online where you go direct. So, I mean, figure out like if the salary's wrong, what the going rate is, and then maybe you can bring in your documentation to your boss at that point and say, hey, this is what's going on. I'm having a little trouble here. It feels like I'm undervalued, and this is what's going on. But you have to be brave to do that. And I understand that. A lot of, especially women, will not go in and ask for a raise. They won't go in and mention anything about the things they don't like because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. They're uncomfortable about what will happen, what kind of, all of them will just fire you kind of feelings. So we need to have more faith in ourselves when we're willing to let things go. So if you look at the obstacles, I mean, the what letting go of what's not working for you, and you're looking at those things and you're going, here are those things that are an issue. How can I let go of these things? Like I said, I found that guided visualization is really good. If you have something that you want to let go of it, sometimes we feel like we have flypaper on our fingers. We can't let go of the thing because it's a sticky thing. And if we can, or tape or something that you're trying to get off you away from your life, but it keeps coming back, or we just won't let go of it. So when those things, letting go of things can be psychological, it can be emotional, it can be things that are like part of our limiting beliefs, which is why I always did I am affirmations in the past here. And it's something to let go of them. It's like, when you finally do, you kind of go, oh my God, why did I hold on to this thing for so long? But we have these fears. We have these past traumas, the past, whether it's a past life or in this life, it doesn't matter. It's stuff where we have troubles just releasing those things and I found that if you look at where those things come from, if you actually dig down deep and you go, okay, what is it about this? Why am I feeling so particularly attached to something? And with money problems, a lot of times you'll find, oh, my father was like that. That's his belief. Why am I holding on to that? Why can I not let go of what actually is in my stuff? And once you realize where it comes from or why you have these issues, sometimes you just go, oh, and they're gone. Honestly, you just go, well, why didn't I look at this sooner? Why was I still holding on to this thing? But other times they're just a deep seated need or belief, or maybe you had a poor childhood when it's money issues and you can't let go of the feeling that you don't deserve prosperity because nobody else you know has it maybe, or they're better than you and you're not enough to have it. So there are so many different reasons why we don't let go of things, why we can't release them. So look at the cause for you. What do you want to release? What is no longer working for you? And then how do you let go? How do you personally let go? Can you Some people can just go, I'm done, and they're done. And it's like miraculous. They just let go. Depends on what the issue is, too, and who you are, and how deep seated it is, and whose issue it really is. If it's somebody treating you poorly, and it's not somebody you live with, that's a little harder. But if it's somebody who treats you poorly and you go, I don't need to take this. I don't need to talk to the person anymore. It's different if it's a coworker and you don't need to engage with them except for business. And the business itself is fine. You go up and you say your piece and you leave and you don't really interact much. That's different from someone that's like the desk next to you that's always putting you down. So you have to look at where these people and things are that you want to release and then figure out how hard or easy it would be because you need to look at what exactly is happening in your life and how you can get rid of these things, change them, move them on, give them away. I mean, if it's something that you want to release and you're the boss, you can give the job to somebody else. You can say, okay, from now on, this piece of the puzzle is yours. If it's money related, you may want to check in. But, there are things that you can let go of that are easier than others. So, first off, what doesn't work for you right now? Look through your life and see what gives you that annoying feeling that just doesn't work. And then look at what you can do to shift it. And if you can't think of something, talk to a best friend or somebody that you can talk to and just kind of get other ideas. Because when you have someone else around and you can brainstorm, oh, ideas just come. It's amazing. Some of them can be very silly and goofy and they can't work. And other ones can be like, well, you could kill them. So, you're not going to be using a lot of those. But if a lot of times you'll have these amazing insights that come when you work with someone else if you're stuck on your own. So give that a thought as well. That perhaps if you trust someone and it's not the person you want to, get rid of, someone that you trust, someone that you can discuss with. And if it's a coworker, maybe you talk to your boss and say, what can I do? If this is, and don't say it's hurting my feelings, say something like this is stopping productivity. The flow of the work is not working as well because all of this is happening. And what do you recommend that I do? Because you want to show them that you're on board, that you're trying to do your best, and that there's just issues that need to be resolved. And if they're a good boss, and many of them are not, and good HR person, then they'll be able to have a talk or figure out a way to make things work. I worked for lawyers for many years, and I have to say that most lawyers are not HR people, and they shouldn't be HR people. And a lot of them are not numbers people, but they're great at what they do. But they take on stuff because they have smaller firms, so that all of a sudden they have no clue how to do HR. So if you have an issue like that, they may not be able to help you. Depends on your HR person. And if you don't have an HR person, you just go to like the partner. Like I had to go to a partner in a law firm. It didn't always work because they didn't know how to handle it. It wasn't their specialty. So look, like I said, at you. What is no longer working for you? And then make that decision of how you want to let go of it. Whether it's a complete change, it's a minimal change, it's a shift in the way you think, whatever it may be. You can do it. I know you can. Just find out what it is first, and then look at the different ways you might be able to adjust and shift what's happening for you. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me. And if you like what you hear, do please subscribe and click on the bell notification if you want to know the next time that a video is posted. I'm Carol DeChaine, and it's a pleasure to connect and to give you any help that you may need or any feeling of shifts that you want to make in your life. And that way, to be brave, to be able to know that you are enough, that you can do it. Till next time.